Hi, welcome everyone. First of all, thank you so much for joining this workshop. In this video, you will find each and every detail of making still life. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Don't skip the video, otherwise you may miss any point which is really helpful for this sketch.
You can see this is the 5H I'm going to use first, okay? And let's start with the shading. Always start shading with the lighter shade, okay? So I'm going to shade like this, slightly. Hold the pencil at the back and very light. Anyways, 5H is light because it has a clay. See, all the H pencils and B pencils, there is a huge difference between these pencils. B pencils has graphite, okay, and H pencil has graphite plus clay, both. So the thing is, it makes it lighter. That's why it doesn't smudge, okay. Use lighter shade for shading. So I'm just doing shade with the 5H pencil. Okay, it is the lightest pencil I have it actually. So I'm just doing this one. And always hold the pencil at the back side. Don't hold it from here, otherwise it will make it dark. So that's why we have to use it or dark and the very sharp line, which is not good. My brush, okay, I don't prefer use blending brush because blending brush make it dark, a sharp lines. So these kind of makeup brush gives very soft edges and it has very nice texture. You comes up with a close to realism basically. So whenever you work on realism, use this makeup brush. So it has a smooth bristle, so it can help you to do a nice work. So I'm just going to use it wisely, and what you have to do, just use it in a circular manner. Don't use like this, don't go up and down like that. Always use in a circular manner, so it can blend very nicely. Okay, so I'm just doing this. And suppose your shapes and everything doesn't come out exactly what you want, like how does it visible, and so no worries at all, it's okay. I mean, just relax. You can just, while doing sketching, while doing blending, it will come, and it won't be possible to do it at once. You need to keep practicing. So it takes.
I'm sorry.
I would suggest, if you have any object at home, and if you don't have any object, I think you should go for apples, means those circular thing, or just make a circle. If you are big enough, so just make a circle. So that is best way to go ahead. Okay, so now like the base is ready for this job. Now we'll go for the next one. Okay, so I'm just switching to the next sheet. So base sheet is ready. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to use 2B pencil. Okay, and 2B, now you have to focus on the jug. I'm sure you all have that picture where you can see I'm going to put the darker shade. And always hold the pencil from the back. Don't do it like this, just do like that. Okay, a slant way. And again, don't put too much pressure, otherwise it can be very dark, and then if you want to erase it, it won't be possible. Okay, just do it in a lighter way. And in fact, if you don't need to blend it, it's okay. Sometimes your still life or portrait looks nice when you don't blend it also with lines, with fine lines, or hatching technique. It looks really nice. It's a space. I'm not going to blend it all over here, so I'm going to use this slant, this one, because it has edges. So you just need to work on the edges like this. Okay, so just you need to do it and keep doing it. So there you go. Okay, and again, the rest of the thing you just need to work on a circular, slight darker than the other part. Okay, and later we will work on the highlights once the darker shades will be done. Have some patience, of course, and of course you don't need to go for exactly what is there. Just you need to understand, because today's session is more about the shading, how you work on the shade, how you observe the shade, and basically how you study. So this is the more important. Once you know how to focus and how to create natural lights or artificial lights, it would be much easier for you, all of you, to draw still life or portraits. And you can use the grid method as well. Okay, so here you go. Now I'm going to use again a 2B pencil, because I will just slightly use a straight. Very good. Also, if you have any query after this workshop, I will definitely come back to you for all the okay, so let's go ahead. Of course it doesn't go till here, it stops here, but I just made it. We will clear it out later, okay, once we are doing this. Okay, so again I'm going to take 2B, and here you can see in half it till here. Okay, just now you have to focus and just do the shading. Okay, that's it. You can do darker as well. Grid method, if you are aware about grid method, which is good. If you are unaware about grid method, you can go to my channel. I mentioned about the grid method, how you can work on how you can start with grid method thing. So grid hai, then block method is also there. So there are so many methods which you can use it. Here in this one I use the block method. Usually for portraits I prefer a grid. So I'll just love to introduce myself. That my full name is Tanushree Srivastava. I'm into arts from last more than a decade, almost more than 10 years. I was in South Africa for a few years and then Manila, Philippines. I came to India in 2019, and then I started my journey, and then COVID also came with me, so we both came together. And now after that, we all are doing all these things at home. Well, so, and on a personal note, I'm a mother of two kids. I have two little kids. One is 5 year old and one is 2 year old. And yes, I'm a full-time artist, and by profession I'm a speaker as well. So in some forums I went there as a speaker too. So this is all about me. Nice. Some of them, like your speed or your work, because you are watching and you are doing both the things you are doing together, it takes more time. So no worries for that. See, I am recording this session, so if you are unable to do it now, you can just, I will just make sure I'll upload the exact this session as it is on my YouTube channel. So whatever, wherever you are missing, you can just watch, and you can do it there as well. Okay. Most important thing, don't leave the edges very sharp. Just try to blend it as much as you can. Suppose if you leave it in a sharp, it doesn't look nice, and it will look very bad. So just at least rub little slightly and just leave it like that. Okay, so it can give you a nice look. That's why. Okay, this part is lighter than this one, okay. So this shade, and this shade are almost same. So you need to understand, like, what are the shades, and what are the which are similar to each other. And here also we can see a white, basically lighter than this one as well. Okay, so here is very light than pure white, and it is slightly dark. Okay, so let's go ahead. Suppose in still life, what you can do, you keep your things, like orange, apple, with some jug or spoon, forks, whatever, right? And the very next day, because it won't be possible to finish it in one day, so next day you are again going for a particular thing, and you are going to draw, but you forgot, like, where you kept it, all the objects. So what you can do on a very first day, if you are using natural lights, or so just remember the time first of all. And if you are using artificial lights, so you know very well how does it work, right? So just remember the time, and then go ahead with the same way, and click the picture. Clicking the picture helps you to put the things back as it is, wherever it was. So you will not forget your place. Your still life objects will be the remain same. Okay, I'm still using 2B pencil. How does it work, but there are still following points which we don't cover, because I believe the practical thing is important, but theoretical is equally important. the theory part in every object or in each, all these things are very very important. Okay, so now, like, base I have already created for the jug. Now I'm going to switch over the other highlights. Okay, and whenever like you are comfortable, so you have to do here, and you are just unable to draw, so just turn your pad, and never turn your hand like this, turn your pad. Okay, so I always turn my pad. I hope it's visible. Okay, great. So here you go. I'm just going to do a darker one. Okay, here. not as close as the real picture. So we have to focus on these darker lights. Darker lights and highlights, those two things are very important. Slide down as well, so we can see. Now let's start working on the highlights with the darker and the lighter both. Still we are not yet completed. So as I mentioned, see, still life take the let's start with the highlight now. we can do, we can use the Tombow mono eraser, or if you have any other eraser, you can just go ahead. Once you see the highlights, it gives, drastic change in your object. White pencil as well for highlighting if you wish, but I usually prefer pencil and eraser because it is available everywhere and easily, so that's why I prefer this one. Okay, then here very important for any object. So here I'll just blend it the edges with this slant brush. I'm going to just blend the edges because it gives a, when you do highlights or erase it, it gives a sharp edges here all over there. Okay, and you need to blend it. Detailing or just doing more towards the realism. Anyways, it takes days to make it, frankly speaking. For me, I semi-blue. Then I'm going to use this brush and in a circular motion you can blend it again. See, till the time you keep doing this, you're why I am doing all this, I can just leave now as well, because the shading part is done. But after all the shading and highlighting, it's all about your satisfaction, how much you are satisfied with your drawing. So this is also equally important while you are doing all these things, how much you are satisfied. Once you are satisfied with your drawing, I'm sure you will definitely doing it. Stop doing this at that same. Thank you so much. I'm really happy